Toy Story is very popular in our house. My daughter likes it a lot. She loves watching Buzz and Woody, as she calls them. And we saw Toy Story 4 when it came out. We took her to the theater. It's one of the few movies that she's seen in the theater. She's 3, by the way. So theater goings are, on top of being expensive, not usually worthwhile when you're taking a 3-year-old. So we took her to the theater to see Toy Story 4, and I gotta be honest, I didn't love it. I've talked about that before, but that's not where we're at today. Toy Story 3, I actually really enjoyed. Toy Story 3 came out when I was in the midst of my college years, and I grew up with Andy. I was about the same age as Andy when Toy Story was introduced in 1995, and have been essentially the same age as him throughout the Toy Story story. So I've really identified with him, and so Toy Story 3 was something that I really connected with, especially the ending of it. But the beginning of Toy Story 3 has me confused, okay? Because Toy Story 3, spoilers, I guess, if you haven't seen them yet, the beginning of Toy Story 3 harkens back to Toy Story 1, where we see Andy playing with Woody and Potato Head and Ham. Okay, it's the scene where he's coming up with the story that Potato Head is a robber, and Woody is trying to stop him. He says, I've got you, Bart, and Ham comes in, evil Dr. Porkchop comes in, yada, yada, yada. Andy is physically playing with the toys in Toy Story 1, in the original Toy Story. He's physically playing with the toys, telling himself this story. The toy story. In Toy Story 3, the opening scene is that exact same playtime, but it's animated. It's what's going on in Andy's mind when he's telling that story, when he's acting out that playtime. The problem I have is Jessie, the yodeling cowgirl, is in that story. She is the one that calls Rex, the dinosaur that eats force field dogs, into the scene. Okay? So Potato Head is saying, you can't touch me, Sheriff. I brought my attack dog with the built-in force field. And Woody goes, well, I brought my dinosaur who eats force field dogs. And then Jessie yodels and Rex emerges out of the ground. Okay, that's all well and good, because in Toy Story 2, we were introduced to Jessie. Great. So she's a part of the story. However, a couple of minutes later, we realize that the reason we're seeing this story again is because Andy's mom is videotaping him playing in that scene, which takes place in Toy Story 1, before he had Jessie and Bullseye and those toys from Toy Story 2. So, my beef is this. Jessie should not be in that scene. Bullseye should not be in that scene when he's chasing down the train trying to catch the orphans that are careening to their doom. So, I will accept that sometimes children may act out the same story over and over again with their toys. But because we're seeing Andy's mom film him, I have a hard time thinking or accepting or believing that he's doing the exact same scene, the exact same words, the exact same way with the new toys. He does introduce Buzz into it too, who he doesn't get till the end of the beginning of Toy Story 1, but after that scene takes place. So, I don't know. What do you think? Is it a different time, or is it just an error on Pixar's part, including those characters in a scene that they shouldn't have been included in, and hoping that we, the fans, simply would not figure it out? Who knows? Talk to you tomorrow.